Hi everyone, welcome. This is Tuplex. So, in the last episode we were talking about how we've got a bit of an issue with steel, with the distribution of steel plates. We only have 8 trains picking up steel right now, and I don't have any reason to believe that that's not enough, at least not yet. So let's assume that that's enough. The issue is that I've got 10 stations where steel plates can load. And because the trains will be coming in relatively infrequently, my concern is that they're always going to go to these first 2 stations to load, and then all the rest of them will eventually just fill up with steel plates and stop producing, and we'll have a bottleneck. So I was thinking of a few ways we could handle this, and I also got some comments on the last video, or 2 videos ago, where some people were, recommending adding some logic to control which stations are active. That's one way. One thought that I had was just eliminating all the loading stations except for the first 2. And just connecting all the robot networks so that all the steel gets brought up there. That might work. And then the other idea that I had was creating bridges in the robot networks. So what you could do something like, you can put like a requester chest here, and then put a provider chest there with inserters in between. And by doing that, you can draw material from one robot network and put it into another one without having the networks join. So I've been thinking about these different possible solutions, and I think the one that I'd like to try first is putting some logic in place that will control which stations will accept incoming trains, so that we can hopefully get a balance of, between these different production units. Like we could see this one's completely full. Well, yeah, it's completely full, right? All these buffer chests are full. There's plenty of ore, and it's just stopped producing because we're not pulling anything out of it. So let's try the logic route first, and then if that doesn't work well enough, then we can try another solution. So the thought that I have is that what we could do is put a decider combinator over here. Let's say we'll put it right there. And what I'd like to do is connect all of these requester chests. And connect all that to the input. All right, so that way we can see how much steel we have in these chests. Now, one train, these are stacks of 100, so that means 4,000 per wagon. So one train can hold 16,000 plates. So what we could do is we could say if steel is less than 16,000, then we're going to send a red signal. And then we send that to this signal here. Actually, okay, actually we don't need the combinator. All right, so let's just connect that here. All right. So closed condition is if steel is less than 16,000. Nice. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this train away. Okay, and we can see that that signal continues to be red because we have less than 16,000 in the network. And the other thing I will do is connect that wire to the pole so that way we can hover over the pole and we can see what it's reading. Okay, so hopefully this will prevent any trains from coming to this station until there's at least enough to fill a train. That's the idea. So that way, only the stations that have enough steel plate already produced to fill a train will allow the trains to come in. And I think that should take care of the issue. All right, so what we'll do is we will blueprint all of that. Whoops. I didn't get the signal. There we go. We'll blueprint all of that. I'll get rid of all the stuff that we don't need. All right, we really just need the chests. Oh no, I do need this power pole and the signal. And we'll just copy this to the rest of the stations. Okay, so this one's next. All right, so that one's green because we have 108,000 steel plates. This one should also be green. We've got 112,000. And then this one will be green as well. Okay. Oh, yeah, one more. Okay. Now the other side is symmetrically opposite, so I'm going to have to redo the blueprint for this side. Copy paste the conditions. So close signal if it's less than 16,000. So this, yeah, okay, that's right. All right, and then we'll grab that blueprint. I only need the one pole. I don't need any lights. I don't need inserters. All right, and then we just copy this down again. Okay. All right, so now the first two stations are turned off. I don't know why that train came here with nothing in it. Iron Depot out. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll just set that for full cargo. Okay. So we will keep an eye on this and see what happens. I'd like to get some steel trains coming in Is that one picking up? Okay, yeah, so all the ones at the Iron Depot, I need to get rid of this inactivity condition so that we stop getting empty trains coming over here. So let's fix that real quick. Alright, this is the only station still running. So get rid of the inactivity. Okay. So Iron Depot is empty now, so all these trains will just pile up there and we can get rid of them at some point. Okay. So apparently nobody needs steel right now. So while we wait for that to stabilize, let's take a look and see what our bottlenecks are now. No problem with the science packs right now. Looks like space science packs are about to run out. So let's go take a look at the rocket base. Alright, we're loading up more. Now the train conditions here is that it waits for inactivity before it will leave. Well, we need at least 2,000 and we need 5 seconds of inactivity, and then it'll take it to the labs. But maybe I should just send the train over every time there's 1,000. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of this inactivity condition and just have it leave as soon as it has 2,000. And then I'm going to add another train because I'm concerned that the round trip from here to the labs is going to create a delay every time. So I'd like to have a continuous loop so that there's one train being filled while there's another train delivering. So let's go ahead and add another train for science packs. Still don't see any trains coming for steel, but that's okay. So we'll head back to the main base and we'll set that up. And then at some point soon, I think I am gonna remove the Iron Depot from the map, just to clean it up. I feel like maybe I just have way too much steel production capacity because the trains are not coming, and I'm not sure why. But, you know, I checked the calculations a couple times, and everything seems correct. That doesn't mean that there's not an error, but just means that I don't know what the problem is yet. Alright, so let's look for that science train. Alright, it's conveniently at the station. And we'll get another one put in service. Okay, now let's go over to Iron Depot and decommission it. While we're heading over there, we can take a look at our production and see how we're doing with science packs. Okay, and this is looking quite promising. We're getting close, at least on consumption, we're getting pretty close to 1,000 a minute. We're at about 750 right now. And And we can see that it's been dropping off. Yeah, about every minute or 2 minutes. So this might be because of waiting for the train to bring the space science. But we're getting close to 1,000, which is good. Okay, so to start with, I'm going to have to pick up all these trains. It's too bad this didn't work out. I think well, maybe it still could work out, but it would require scaling this up by another order of magnitude, and I don't think that's really worth the effort that it would take to do that. But I really liked how this was working before the demand got too high. All right, so now we just start ripping it up, and my inventory is going to fill up extremely quickly. What are these guys holding on to? All right, let's put a storage chest over here. That way I can get rid of some of this stuff. Get rid of that. Oh yeah, all this train stuff. And then what I'll do is I'll empty out this train car and then come back and start to take all this stuff back to the main base. Alright, let's just do it all at once. Okay. All right, so we're going to leave my passenger station intact until the end, obviously, so I can get out of here. Okay, so that part's gone. Yeah, and I better leave myself at least one path to get back in here, just until I get rid of all this stuff that I'm picking up. And then once everything is cleared out, then I can pick up the last bits of track. But I need to leave myself a path to come in here on my train. So I'll leave all that. I can take out this top section. There we go. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay. And I don't have any more power. I do need power at least so I can load these things. Okay, and then I'll just take what I can, and we'll head back to the main base, get that emptied out. All right, let's check again on bottlenecks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that all looks good. But there's still a pause every minute or so. So let's look at production of space science. All right, so production of space science is only averaging 673 a minute. So that probably means that our bottleneck is on the rocket launches. Maybe we're not launching one a minute as we should be. So we'll take a look at that next. All right, let's get rid of that. We'll We'll get rid of all these extra chests. I don't need that. I'll get rid of all my rail that I'm holding on to. I'll keep some signals with me. Actually, we can... let's just change that to 50. You know, since I'm essentially done building things now, at this point, most of what I need to do is just troubleshooting and tweaks and adjustments. Okay, I don't need so many repair packs. All right. Okay, yeah, so now I need to empty this out. So I'll just dump all of this into active providers. And it'll be easy enough to reload it later if I need it. And then rather than clearing all these individually, I'll just pick up the car and put in a new one, and that way I've got an open wagon. Okay. All right, so let's head back to Iron Depot and finish taking that apart. And then we'll go take a look at the rocket base and see why we're not launching rockets faster than we are. And in fact, we can go over there with a stopwatch and time it and see if we're launching one a minute or not. Okay, so this will take a few minutes to load everything. That one's done. Okay, great. All right, so now we can pick up all of this. Get rid of the entrance here. Alright, and I think I can pick this part up too, since I'm not going to be going that way out of here. Okay. And then we can pick up all of this. Remove that from my list. Oops. All right, so then I'll just remove the rail behind me as I go. Just make sure I keep in range. Oops. Okay. All right, now I can't move. All right, so let me get out of the way here. put this back in automatic mode. Actually, I'm just going to send this to, what's this? I'll send my train over to the iron smelting PAX to get it out of the way. That'll allow these trains to go through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this up and then just replace it with a standard rail blueprint. This will shut down half of the base for a moment. Okay. There we go. And it's almost like it was never even there. Okay. Good. So let me go get back in my train. And we'll head over to the rocket base. Looks like I'm already out of time. So we'll look at our rocket launches in the next episode. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Appreciate it as always. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.